the JDP Media Day Thanksgiving event. So I just want to call in Mrs. Universe California 2025, Czarina Umali, and we can actually start our press con cover. So we have the Contesera Pageantry. I just want to acknowledge them with the head of Mr. Primo. Thank you so much for coming. And yeah, so do you guys have any questions?
Hi, my name is Ed from Contesera Pageantry. Welcome home, Czarina.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be back in California as Mrs. Universe California 2025, representing our state on such a global platform?
I feel very, very proud and I feel very, very accomplished and also very grateful. Not everyone, especially with my background, I started as a stay-at-home mom and all of a sudden I'm able to compete globally. So first of all, I'm very grateful for the opportunity and even more thankful that I placed. So, yun lang. I feel very accomplished and I'm ready to share everything I know for the future queens moving forward under JDP pageants.
When you look back at your journey from your first pageant to now, what moment defined the woman you are today?
I think, okay. So, when I was over at Mrs. Universe California, there was one of the delegates had a completely different speech for our forum day. And I remember she's telling me, oh, Zarina, should I do this? California, I'm sorry, she called me California. Zarina, what should I do? I said, India, we have time. Let's go to the bathroom. Let me help you prepare. I think that moment for me was significant because I realized that in a room full of 130 people, everyone looked so beautiful. Everyone with their sashes and their crowns. Pero we all need help in one way or another. I think a lot of, well, I'm not sure, maybe the older generation, they think that pageantry is all about competition. For me, I went into it thinking that pageantry is all about sisterhood. If I am able to help you, why not? It's not going to take away points from my performance. So that is my one takeaway about the type of woman that I am. I am not at all competitive towards others. I am only competitive towards myself. How well will I perform from my previous pageant and to this pageant now?
Wow, that is a good answer.
Thank you.
What message do you hope young mothers and married women take away from your Mrs. Universe journey?
My message to them is that, number one, I hope you do not lose yourself. Kasi before we become wives, before we become mothers, we are always going to be that little girl, whatever that is to you. For me, it's always been singing and dancing and pageantry. For me, okay? So for you, if that's always going to be an astronaut or if that's always going to be a doctor, I hope that never goes away. Because when we lose ourselves, then how do we inspire our own kids? Right? So my message to mothers and other wives is to don't lose yourself without sacrificing, of course, your family. Pero go for it. You only live once. So if you have the platform and if you have the opportunity to go for your dreams, to chase your goals, kahit konti lang, go for it, sis. You will feel alive.
Awesome. What is the biggest misconception about married women in pageantry, and how are you breaking that stereotype?
I think the biggest misconception about number one being married is that you have to be losyang. Right? You don't have to be losyang. You don't have to look like a grandma. I've been married to my husband for, honey, how long have you been married? I don't remember. 16 years. Been with him for 20 something years. We have 3 kids together. It's not being selfish if you want to take care of yourself. I feel that if I take care of myself, my family is happier. So I think that's the one misconception about being married is you have to be losyang. No, you don't. You don't even have to lose yourself. And in terms of pageantry, they're saying that maybe married people should not compete. I don't think so. We have more wisdom than the single girls. We have more wisdom than the Miss Division. And like I said with Manila Bulletin, these young women become us.
Right.
So I think that being married and being in pageantry are still very much relatable and they can coincide.
Thank you. California has such a diverse Filipino community. How does that support system influence your confidence?
Very much so. For those that don't know, Filipinos are the number two most Asian population here in California, second to Chinese people. Hello, ni hao. Ni hao to my husband. So yes, of course, and especially so for those that don't know, I actually before pageantry I started as a singer, and right here, Mr. Garth Garcia of Starlink, he's the one that first discovered me, and they are very much involved with the Philam community. So in terms of confidence and support, uh, being Filipino, yes, kasi marami. There's a lot of us. And of course, because I have friends like Garth and Shine over here, and Kevin, Andrew. And so that's what definitely builds my confidence to keep going and to compete because of their support.
I am Primo Sacramento, guys, of Contesera Pageantry. Hi Serena, nice to meet you. What is one thing about your heritage that you are proud to showcase to the world?
I'm so glad somebody asked that question. My maiden name is Czarina Umali, right? If you notice, a lot of the Filipinos here have Spanish last names. That's because of the creed. What creed is that? Where the Filipinos have to sign so that they convert into a Spanish last name. No, no, no. Umali ako. Umali kami. That means my ancestors fought the Spaniards, the colonizers, to keep our last name. And in fact, when I did a research, dun sa family tree namin, the reason why there's more Umalis now is because the head of our family tree, which is a woman, she had 10 sons. And she said, go scatter and make a lot more Umalis. So that's one part of my heritage that I am so proud about. Kasi how many people do you meet without any Spanish last name? Right? So.
That's really amazing.
Yes.
You came from a strong background.
Yes, exactly. And from a woman.
Exactly.
From a woman.
Filipino women.
Exactly.
All right, my next question is how important is community representation in competitions like Mrs. Universe?
Very important to me because there are a lot of. Did you guys know that for some parts of the world, they don't even know what Filipinos are because they only know about Chinese and Japanese and Koreans. In music, diba? K-pop is finally breaking through, but not Filipino music, even though we are much more capable of singing in English and much more proficient in English. So to me, representation is definitely important. We get to showcase where we come from. We get to showcase our culture. So it does play a big role, and that's why I'm very lucky that I come here in California. I cannot imagine being a Filipina trying to compete in a different state. So I'm very thankful that I'm here in California with the support of my Phil-Am community. Thank you.
Speaking of Filipino culture, we know that a lot of Filipinos are foodie. We love food. If you were to compare yourself to a Filipino food, what would it be?
Ready ako dyan. I would compare myself to pangat.
What's
Pangat. Pangat. Pangat is may asim pa siya. And then pangalawa, pangatlo, mas may asim pa. I have 3 kids, my love. I have 3 kids. The more I have, the more asim I give.
Wow. All right, the next question. If you could change one thing about the global pageant system, what would it be and why?
Ayoko makatisod, ano? I don't want to offend anyone. But if there's one thing I can change, please bring back the transparency with the scoring. Yun na lang. Yun na lang. That's all I'm gonna say without elaborating anymore. Thank you.
All right. Describe your Mrs. Universe California journey in one word and why.
Eye-opening. Eye-opening. Because I was thrown in there as my first year, as California's first year. I had no mentors before me. Prior to this, I competed in Mrs. Asia here in Redondo Beach. So it's still home turf. Pero international, I have no mentors whatsoever. So it's very eye-opening. I learned a lot, and I also absorbed a lot. There are more ups than downs. So I think it's very eye-opening, my experience, and overall a great experience.
I'm curious about your advocacy. What was your advocacy going to the pageant? And now that the pageant is done, how are you going to continue it?
Yes, okay. My original advocacy is breast cancer because I actually lost my aunt, my second mom, to breast cancer. My mother currently is battling breast cancer for the second time. So that cause is very important to me, and I'm partnered up with Breast Cancer Angels here in Newport Beach. But the pageant imposes that we should be partnered up with domestic violence, which is also an important advocacy for me. So luckily, my stylist, Kelly Dooley, who is a owner and founder of Ashes to Diamonds, which is a non-profit organization, ano din siya, advocate siya for domestic violence. So how is that? What was the second part of the question? How is it?
How would you continue it?
Yes, of course. So I am still obviously in contact with Breast Cancer Angels and with Ashes to Diamonds. And now with the holidays coming up, I actually have a couple of projects and collaborations planned for them, with them.
All right. If you could send a message to your younger self right before your first pageant, what would you say?
I would say, girl, we're gonna do it. Kasi, well, this is not a new story, you know. When you are Filipino, you tend to have really strict parents. And especially me, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was born with a hair lip, right? So my face is not symmetrical. So ever since I was small, people always told me that you're too short, you're too dark. Pero my dream talaga is ever since is to compete. I used to wear the pillowcases, the punda, right? Kapag Miss Universe, I would wake up, anong oras ba yon? I would wake up and I would watch it, or I would tie the blanket. Pero, you know, people always tell me, oh, you're bingot, or you're too dark, or this and that. So I would tell her, girl, we're freaking doing it. Diba? Because at the end of the day, ano ba ang mag-show but your personality and your talent and your heart. So I will tell the younger self, don't worry. They tell you that you can't. Wait, I'm gonna show you that we can.
Nice. This is my last question. Is what is your message to your family, supporters, and friends?
Wala sa haters, ha? Sa ano lang.
Sama mo lang yung bashers.
No, my message to them is, they are really not used to this also. Like I said, I come from very humble beginnings. I started as a stay-at-home mom and a wife, and they know that this is a dream of mine. So my message is thank you na pinapagbigyan niyo ako now. And I hope that I am making all of you proud with what I'm accomplishing. Just as how I have poured my life and my youth and my years to you guys. I'm so happy that you're pouring back the support now.
Actually, I have one last question for you. Since, Miss Universe pageants is open to, any age, married women, is there a possibility for you, is there a future for you to join Miss Universe?
I want to. No, I don't think so. I think I will reserve that for those who are much more prepared. The thing that people don't realize about pageantry is some of us really work our lives, right? So I don't want to take away a spot that's someone else is more deserving of, someone else who's been really playing, like Alejandra, for example. Right? There are women. For me, I'm lucky to be doing this, but I will admit I started very late. But there are women that have been preparing since they were in their teens. They're starting with Miss Teen, with this. I don't want to take away spots from them. So please join pageantry because it's nothing like what they paint it out to be. Pero for me, I think I will stick to the Mrs. division.
Well, I was some time for Miss Universe. Rhonda,
Yes.
she has 4 kids and she's 48 years old.
Oh,
Made
wow.
it to top 30.
Oh wow! Maybe we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not opposed to it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Serena.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Hello, Conteseras. I'm here with the beautiful Miss Jacqueline, the National Director of Mrs. California, USA, Miss International US Virgin Islands, Mr. Global US Virgin Islands. Hello, you want to say hi to our
Hi, Contesera Pageantry. Thank you so much for being part of my event, the JDP Thanksgiving. Thank you guys so much for coming. We really appreciate you. And there's a lot more to watch out for JDP pageant, especially for 2026. And I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. And if they want to reach out to you, would you like to promote your social media platforms?
You guys can reach me out to JDP Pageant on Instagram, also on Facebook, Mrs. Universe California, Miss International USVI, and Mr. Global USVI. But our main page, JDP Pageants on Instagram.
Thank you. Maraming salamat.